Hi, thanks for enrolling in our 365 Days of Photography course. Albert Einstein told us, education is not the learning of fact, but the training of the mind to think. During this 365 Days of Photography course, my focus is on teaching how to consistently make good photos, step by step. I believe it's important to learn how to use your camera so well you don't have to consciously think about every setting change. You can learn to make changes subconsciously. The best way to do this is by practicing photography regularly, not only by taking photos, but by learning a little each day as well. As well as learning how to use your camera, your photography skills will steadily improve as you learn the principles of light, exposure, composition, timing, colour, tone, and relating to your subject. Digital cameras are easy to take snapshots with. You can pick up any camera, turn it on, and be able to take a well-exposed photo using the automatic settings. To learn to use it well, you need to understand it and practice with it. The more you practice, the more frequently you practice, the better you will become. Anyone wanting to learn a musical instrument or other art form doesn't have the instant gratification that taking a photo with a new camera can bring. Potters must learn to shape their clay. Actors must practice delivering their lines. Musicians need to spend hours going over and over their scales. Photographers must also practice so they can consistently take great photos. Do not be surprised if you're not taking masterpieces, especially during the earlier modules of this course. First, you must study and learn and practice. As you work through this 365 Days of Photography course, you will enjoy seeing how your photos are improving with every module you complete. Throughout the video lessons, I use my own photos to illustrate the teaching as often as possible. Only occasionally do I use a stock photo when I don't have a suitable image that I've taken to illustrate my points. Some subjects will be touched on more than once. This means they're important. Some will be taught in a series of lessons. This means they're more complex. No two lessons in the course are exactly the same. It takes time and practice to learn to do anything. And by repeating something, you can always become better at doing it. The focus of the first modules of this course is getting to know your camera. The better you know it, the more enjoyable it will be to use. Each camera is essentially the same. It's a box with a hole that lets light in. But every camera is different. Something I can't provide you with is the information about the specific controls on your camera. There are so many camera models on the market that it's impossible to teach how to set each of them. I do teach about what to look for and how to manage the settings, but it's up to you to have a clear understanding of how to adjust the settings on your own camera. The main three ways you can learn the specific controls on your camera are by reading the manual, doing an online search, or watching videos online. This is something you'll need to do more during the early modules. Once you have your camera set and know where the controls are, you'll not need to go searching for this information so much. The more lessons and challenges you complete, the more you'll understand your camera controls and what they do. Within a short time, you will manage them without having to pay so much attention to them. Each challenge relates to what's taught in the lesson, and these are designed to put into practice what you're learning. At the start of each challenge, I have a list of recommended gear and settings, but these are not rigid. Use this information as a guide to get you started. You may find you prefer alternatives depending on the subjects you're photographing. Think about the aim of the lesson and the challenge and choose the gear that you think will help you achieve the most satisfying outcomes. As the course progresses, my suggestions for what gear and lighting to use for the challenges becomes more generic. I want you to think about what gear to use and choose it for yourself. For each challenge, I also provide some guidance on what to photograph, but this is also fairly broad because I want you to be able to choose the subjects that you want to photograph. The more you are attached to your subjects and like them, the better photos you'll take. Some of the challenges require you to choose a subject that's static or moving, and sometimes you'll need to photograph both. If you're stuck for ideas, you can use the forums on the 365 Days of Photography website for inspiration. Look and see what others have posted for any particular challenge that you're doing, and this will give you good ideas. You might want to photograph the same few subjects for as many of the challenges as possible. This will mean you're an expert on these subjects by the end of the course. It will also mean you don't have to continually come up with ideas of what to photograph for every challenge. We have recorded most of the lessons and challenges outdoors. This is mainly because we can make better quality videos outside using natural light. This does not mean that you have to always take the photos for the challenges outdoors. Depending on where you live and the season, you may not want to go outdoors to take photos during some months. Finding a moving subject to photograph indoors might be a bit more difficult. Use your imagination. You could use a fan to blow on houseplants or capture a curtain blowing in the wind by an open window. Maybe you've got a remote control toy, or you could photograph a small bouncing ball. Look around you and see what you've got, and I'm sure when you put your mind to it, you'll be able to come up with many good ideas. Please do make use of the forums to share your successes with the photos you take for the challenges. Share your best photos and the ones that you're not so happy with. Seek feedback. This will also help you grow as a photographer. Throughout the course, I frequently encourage you to do two things. Take good notes about what you're experiencing as you work on the challenges, and save some of your best photos to a favourites folder. Taking notes about your camera settings, the lighting, your subject, and other aspects of what you're thinking and feeling about each challenge will help you better understand what you're learning. Keeping a selection of your best photos in one folder will be a great resource to look back on during the course and see your progress. From month to month, you'll see how much your photography has improved. I quoted Albert Einstein at the beginning of this video. He said, "Education is not the learning of fact, but the training of your mind to think." The more you understand the process of photography, the more you'll enjoy it. Training your mind to think about the type of photographs you want to take requires time and practice. And as you work through these lessons and challenges, I trust you'll apply what you learn and make wonderful photographs of the subjects you love the most.